What's up, peeps, peepettes, peepers, pied peepers at the gates of dawn, pied peeperinos, pepperoni, my little pepperonis. What is up, everybody? You know who you are. I know who I am. All is well. What are we doing today? Today, we're in Winter Park, Colorado. World famous skiing Winter Park. Also Mary Jane. What you know about Mary Jane? Mary Jane. Oh, Coolio. Whatever happened to Coolio? Man, he had Gangster's Paradise, and then maybe one other song, and then poof. Just poof. So, here I am, Winter Park. I'm working, I can't ski. I usually snowboard. I can ski, but I prefer to snowboard. But I can't today because I'm working. So I am going up and over Berthoud Pass. Elevation unknown. It's one of the, not the more steeper passes, but it's definitely one of the more windier. It's in such a small, compact area that you're doing maybe a dozen or so switchbacks, you know, with a 15-mile-an-hour curve kind of thing, suggested curve. I usually go a little bit slower than that. I'm actually going down into the low range to make that turn. So, I figured I would take you along for the ride. I do this once a week. I make deliveries out this way. I'm headed back towards Denver, so I'm traveling south technically, but this is a a east-west route, I believe, so therefore technically I'm heading east. Technicality killed the cat. Anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful mountain pass. It's not too difficult in the winter. They usually keep this one pretty clean, DOT. You know, because of the two major ski resorts there and the other two towns. It's one of the main thoroughfares from Denver up this way north, you know, like Idaho Springs and that, US 40, but it's a gorgeous drive. Not as pretty as Monarch Pass. That's one of my favorites. Wolf Creek is maybe the more beautiful. I'm just starting to ramble now and tell you about mountain passes that most of you don't know much about. And that's fine, because Google's a thing. You can Google anything. Hey Google, where do I find the Dead Sea Scrolls? The Dead Sea Scrolls are found in the bottom of the ocean. So, this area received quite a bit of snow over the last few days. Colorado's been pretty dry this year. Where I live in Colorado Springs, we got, a whopping 3 inches. And what's funny is, we got so much snow that they were doing live news reports about guys having the chain going up over Monument Hill. Monument Hill is quite a small hill. Literally, it's just a hill. But it gets so slippery in that little tiny pocket that they have a chain station for maybe a mile. But there's been trucks got stuck up there, but we got maybe an inch. Up here, obviously in the mountains you get more snow, but it's been a very dry season this year so far. Very disappointing for skiers and snowboarders. Snowmobilers are still having fun. Up near Rabbit Ears Pass, there's another pass you don't know much about. Just throw some passes out. Stonewall Pass, Tree Fort Pass, Elkhart Pass, Mountain Deer Road Pass. Just random passes. Mountain Pass. Past the mountain on the left-hand side. Anywho, so this area's got some pretty decent snow, as you can see, as you can take a gander, which makes it good for ski season and for just general beauty. I don't know if you can see that up there, but that is a little observation deck of some kind near the top of Berthoud Pass, or Berthoud, depending on what side of the country you're from. Is it Buena Vista or is it Buena Vista? I don't know. I say Buena because it's kind of Italian, like, hey, buena vista, porta pacicuna. Oh, I'm an awful person. Now we're starting to go up. See over there? That's up. And here is, whoop, there goes my dash cam. windows are frozen. So luckily they have this sort of plowed out. But sometimes if they don't, your trailer can kind of plow through that. And it's important to just go. I mean, I'm in the middle of the road. It's not great, but you know, I'm not getting my trailer stuck. So there's hairpin number 1. I came out of the hairpin accelerating like a race car driver, a race truck driver. Now that's a job to have. You know, you get maybe 1,000 horsepower and maybe 2,000 foot-pounds of torque, and you gear the thing properly, and then you put it in fourth, and you just hit the throttle, and just a straight axle, and you just burn tires, and you do donuts. I've always wanted to do donuts in a big truck. Not with a trailer. That's dangerous. But just a regular single axle, big truck, just doing burnouts, doing donuts, smoking tires. Woo! Switchback and or hairpin number 2. Numero dos. Luckily, this is a 3-lane road. 2 lanes going up. Just watch them trailer tires, watch where you're going. You don't want to go too far into the snow for obvious reasons. Snow embankments plus truck do not equal a good time. Trust me, I know. Just very, very pretty out here. Hairpin number 3 with pedestrians. Now it's currently 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Low pressure system moving in from the west. Other meteorological terms. But this morning I started out in Granby, Colorado, and it was -9. I was unloading in -9 weather, and my little thingies got cold. So cold they got numb. I worried about frostbite. But alas, my little grabby grabs are, that's what I call my hands, my grabby grabbers, are fine. Look at this. I love this pass, I really do. I don't know if they know, but there's a thing called a chairlift. It's a chair, and it lifts you up to the top of the mountain. I don't know how else to explain it. You don't have to walk, but you can if you want. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. So a lot of people actually do come up here and backcountry ski. They're nuts for doing it because I wouldn't ski out here. Number 1, because I'm not that good. Number 2, I like life. But yeah, they come out here and they ski kind of in areas out and around here. They just walk up or hike up, winter portage up, and ski down. And then they actually do that too in Loveland. Going over Loveland Pass, I actually picked up 6 people. I have a pickup truck as a personal vehicle, and the missus and I were going to somewhere, I forget where, Breckenridge, and we took Loveland Pass, and these guys just kind of wait on the side of the road. So I stopped. I said, "Hey, you guys need a lift?" And 6 of them jumped in the back of my pickup, and I took them to the top of Loveland Pass. It was kind of like a rite of passage. You know, Loveland Pass, and you pick up skiers and you take them to the top, and they were appreciative, and I probably made their day or part of their day. So real cool community out here with the skiers and snowboarders, and you know, there's that was a close one. But yeah, they do that in Loveland Pass. They do that out here. Just wherever you can find deep powder, because there is only 2 things better than deep powder, and I'll let you deduce what those things are. So at this point, I think this is 6, number 6. I've lost count. It's a beautiful morning. Rid-it-dit-de-doo. Rid-it-dit-de-doo. All right. We're at the top, and there's that observation-ish area. I think it's an observation area. It could be something sciencey, and like Neil deGrasse Tyson could go there or something. I don't know what it is exactly, but now we start the descent. Now look at that. Huh? I gotta do 35 here. So, coming down the mountain when I come. Now I'm not that heavy. I've got maybe 15,000 in the box because I made some deliveries. So just my brakes should work. Roads are easy, but yeah, just take your time, come down. I'm actually going to show you my little double braking technique. Now, what do I mean by double braking? Well, when you have enough time and it isn't an emergency and you need to stop, oh my god, I need to stop. Maybe not so much an emergency, but I really need to slow down quickly here. Obviously, you're not going to use this technique. You can, but I like to use this in the mountains, coming down the pass. It just sort of helps with braking. Any other help you can get, Now, I'm sure you guys have seen my videos about downshifting, etc., etc. And if you're into trucking videos, I'm sure you've seen other people do downshifting and upshifting videos. So you kind of know the gistics. I like gistics. I'm going to stick with gistics. Hashtag trademark. Hashtag gistics. So you might ask yourself, what did I do there? What did Matt do? It doesn't look like anything. Well, obviously I was braking with my left foot, number one. I'm over speeding. I apologize. 35 is hard to maintain. I'll be 35 next year, actually. That's going to be hard to maintain because then I'm on my way to 40 and mortality. But I'm basically just keeping a very constant pressure on the brakes. And then just downshifting. Now the downshifts have to be quicker because you're slowing down quicker than you would if you didn't have the brakes applied. It's the speed to transmission sort of ratio. The speed of the two. You're slowing down a little bit more because you have constant brakes. So those downshifts have to be a little bit quicker. But I'm just, applying a small amount of brakes, but very constant, and just downshifting at the same time. My dad actually braked with his left foot all the time in his personal car, and that's kind of where I picked it up from. And I sort of do it myself in my personal car. In the truck, not so much, only when I'm doing this kind of thing. But just use your left foot and apply a small amount of braking, and then just downshift, and it helps a little bit. And if I see something ahead where I have enough time, but I still need to slow down, say maybe a half mile ahead, even quarter mile to a half mile ahead, and I need to slow down quick, I'll use that technique. Obviously apply a bit more braking pressure and downshift as I'm going. It just takes practice to get it right. So on somewhere like this, where my Jake brakes are holding me, you can kind of take the time to practice that, and it's helped me, and that's what I do. I call it the Lynch double braking technique. LDBT. That doesn't sound right. Hashtag LGBT. LBDT. LBDT. I'm gonna come up with another acronym. It's a little too close to another acronym. The Library Branch of Georgia Tech. Wait, damn it, I messed that up. Anywho, I'm coming to the bottom soonish. It's down in that valley over there is where it connects with 70. I believe 70's on the other side of that mountain over there, but obviously in the valley. Now coming up, this one's, if it's snowing, this one's kind of a monkey. Excuse my language, but it really is. You've got to turn so sharply, you know, you sort of push a little bit, and it sucks, but it is what it is. Double braking technique, brake set, downshifting. I'm downshifting, slowing down a little bit too much, but just keep to the outside, watch them tandems so you don't run over a Mini or a Honda or a Hyundai or a Fiat or a Prius or another small car, a smart car, which is basically a helmet on wheels. You smart car people maybe are the bravest people on the road. Just the size difference between, I mean, even just a pickup truck and a smart car, terrifying. But then you're driving next to big rigs. I don't know how you do it. I don't know. However, have you ever seen crash footage of a smart car? It literally is like a NHRA crash helmets on wheels. They're indestructible little things. You have the roll cage of a Formula One car stuck inside of this wheeled device that actually has a motor and goes places. They're terrifying, but they're amazingly engineered. I believe Mercedes-Benz makes them, or they're a subsidiary of Mercedes-Benz. I could be wrong, but I do believe that I am true in my statement. I believe Mini is made by BMW, and Smat Cars are made by Mercedes-Benz. Yeah. If I'm wrong, let me know. I have been to be an idiot. I have been known to be, apparently English is hard, and I'm not doing so well at it today. I blame it on early morning, but it's like almost 10 o'clock, so that's not an excuse. So my reason is probably just that I'm an idiot, an American idiot. Don't want to be an American idiot. You know, when that song first came out, I thought it said, don't want to be an Americanadian, like an American Canadian, and I thought that song was speaking to me. Don't want to be an Americanadian. I guess I'm an Americanadian, because I immigrated to America legally, and but I was born and raised in Canada. I am a Canadian, eh? Yes? Moose jokes. Yes, maple syrup jokes. No, we don't live in igloos. Yes, we have cities. No, we don't dog sled to work. Yes, we have Mounties. I don't know why we still have Mounties in Canada. Maybe it's a tradition thing. You know, why don't the Mounties like upgrade to motorized vehicles? I don't know, and call them, you know, caries or automobiles. That sounds a little too Italian. Automobili. Anyways, that's why I thought that song was about me, and then I read the lyrics, and then I learned, you know, the actual title of the song, American Idiot, and then I wasn't so happy anymore. But hey, whatever. I like Green Day. I like early Green Day. I like hipster Green Day, you know? Dookie. Remember that album, Dookie? Man, was that good. And then they got political, and that's okay. I love Rage Against the Machine. They're always political. Don't care. But they took a different direction, and that's cool. I'm all about it. My favorite band is Incubus. Incubus did the same thing. And to those of you who get mad at bands because they stop making music, Korn is another example. Stop making music that they first started with. I understand it. I get it. Because imagine doing the same thing, making the same kind of music for 15, 20 years. That would drive you nuts. You wanna progress as an artist and do different things. Even just in normal life, we want to do different things. So why would somebody that makes music for a living not want to do the same thing and explore? You look at the greats like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin got really weird though in the 70s and the 80s. Like late 70s, early 80s. I guess it was just a sign of the times, but those two bands, they progressed and they did different things. They all do it, and we fall in love with these certain 2 or 3 albums, and then some fans never want them to change. As an Incubus fan, there was one album, If Not Now When, wasn't a huge fan of, but I understood it. They wanted to explore this different area, and wasn't a fan, but I still appreciated the music. And then their latest album, 8, is a fantastic album. I go to every Incubus show when they come out to Denver. Huge fan. But then you get some people who are Incubus fans that want them to go back to their second album, Science. It's like, no, that was a whole different era of music. That was a whole different time in their band. Brennan and Mike still had dreadlocks. They were just kids. They were just making this sort of like hip hop, it wasn't hip hop, it was just, DJ sort of acid rock kind of funkadelic stuff, and they matured and they made different music. And then Morning View came out, and that was probably their biggest album, for good reason. Phenomenal album. I think did it hit platinum? I don't know. But just a great album. Why am I talking about Incubus? I don't know. I don't care. Love them. Favorite band. So why not? Those are my thoughts on music. That's my thoughts on music and bands, changing styles. I get it. You may not be a fan, but that's okay. You may not be a fan of the music, but hey, you have to appreciate what they're doing, respect what they're doing, and if you don't like it, then move on. The same thing with me with Incubus. Wasn't my favorite album. Still went to the concert, and it's just one of those, hey, wasn't a fan, but I still love these guys, and I know that they will continue to make music, and you just wait a little longer, and they did, and they made 8, and it's a great album. I love it. So, anywho, coming into Empire, as you can see, elevation, 8,600 feet. The temperature is, not meteorological. Why can't I say that? Anyways, coming on to I-70 now. I have 2 more deliveries in Denver, and then I head home and for the evening, and then I leave out tomorrow afternoon, headed to Montana. And as you all know, one of my favorite places. However, going to Montana from Colorado is like a life lesson. In order to get to where you're wanting to go, you have to trudge through shit to get there. The shit I'm talking about? Wyoming. Yes, another video shitting on Wyoming. Why? Because Wyoming. Now, if you live in Wyoming, I love Wyomingans. Wyomingans. I wonder what their name is. Anyways, those people are salt of the earth type people. I do love the people of Wyoming. But people of Wyoming, your state is awful. I don't mean to, look down on a state. It's your home. How dare I? What, do I think I'm better than you? No, I'm not better than you. My only thing with Wyoming is it's just an awful tundra to drive through. That's all. That's all it is. However, oh, that's fun. Yellowstone is in Wyoming. The Tetons are in Wyoming. And that is some of the most beautiful country in the whole country. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, I-70. That concludes our tour and the mindless ramblings of an idiot of Berthoud Pass. I hope you enjoyed this little section. If not, I'm sorry, but not really. I don't know why you watch still, but I'm still making videos for some reason. Anywho, while I'm here, might as well show you the way station here in Dumont, Colorado. Alright, so here are the scales on the road. Donde está road, which means on the road in Espanol. And I have a pre-pass Donde está window. Green light. Get that green light action. Most people like red light action, if you know what I mean. But I'm kind of a green light type of guy, you know what I mean? No, I don't either. What does that even mean? So there we are. And you get off here, donde está this exit. Donde está meaning at this exit. But that way station is closed. Or closa de in Spanish as well. I took 17 years of Spanish, so I'm quite fluent in Spanish. That's exit 234, which is actually my wife's favorite number on the clock. Actually, that's her second favorite. Her first favorite is 1234, 1234. She's cute like that. She pokes at me and says, "Hey, look at the time." And I say, "Oh my goodness, it's 12:34." And then she goes, 12:34. That's not how my wife sounds. If it did, I would be dating a child mouse or a child gerbil. And I'm not into dating or marrying, in this case, gerbils. Not really a gerbil. If there was are they rodents? I believe they're a rodent. They're not a marsupial because they don't have a pouch. This brings up an interesting question. If men or women wear fanny packs, do we then become marsupials? Anyways, if I was to marry a rodent, I'd probably marry a hamster. Life insurance policy. They don't live long. They're cuter. I don't know, gerbils are pretty cute though. And they make that little squeak noise. I guess I would marry a gerbil. I'm a gerbil marrier. Honey, I'm sorry, I love you. I'm not calling you a gerbil. But you kind of laugh like one sometimes. Maybe you can show all these people your gerbil laugh? Maybe? I don't know. Anyways,